High School and the North Hardin Hall of Fame Committee, I want to welcome you to our campus. I know for some of you who have not been back to North Hardin in a while, the facilities may look a lot different. But what's on the inside and the people who represent what we call Trojan Nation has not changed. We still strive to uphold the traditions of excellence many of you helped to establish. Having graduated as student athlete myself, I remember looking up to some of you and walking these hallways alongside some of you. Now I work with a couple of you being recognized this year, and is even more special for me as my father is being honored this evening as a foundational member from Vine Grove High School. North Hardin means everything to me. Our student athletes are perfect examples of work ethic, loyalty, and teamwork. So tonight I look forward to celebrating with you this class of foundational members and Hall of Fame inductees. Congratulations to each of you and your families. I especially want to thank the committee for all of their hard work, planning, organizing, and decorating to make this evening possible. Your support of North Hardin High School means the world to me. Thank you, and Marty Fulkerson, you're up next.
Thank you very much. Good evening and welcome. I'm Marty Fulkerson, a 1984 graduate of North Hardin High School and a member of the 2013 Hall of Fame, and I get the honor of serving as your Master of Ceremonies this evening. You know, Trojan athletes have been winning championships and making names for themselves on the gridiron, the mats, the floors, the courts, the fields, since the 1962 and 63 school year, when Vine Grove High School and Rhineyville High School consolidated to form North Hardin High School. Once again this evening, we will be recognizing 6 individuals, 3 from Rhineyville High School and 3 from Vine Grove High School. These individuals are part of the foundation for the very successful program that we know as North Hardin Athletics. Since 2007, over 100 outstanding Trojans have been inducted into the Hall of Fame. Tonight, 10 individuals will be inducted into the North Hardin Athletic Hall of Fame, the class of 2019, in this very special ceremony. This is an annual event to give these exceptional Trojans the recognition that they so deserve. Throughout the years, many businesses and individuals in the North Hardin community have provided financial support for our academic and our athletic programs here at North Hardin. Without this support, programs such as this would not have happened. And we would like to extend our thanks to the individuals, businesses, for their support of this Hall of Fame ceremony. Join me in saying thank you to them with a round of applause. At this time, I'll ask Rick Skeeters, a member of the class of 2007 Hall of Fame, to come and give our invocation this evening.
It is really great to see all of you here. I think it's, as an old Trojan athlete, it is so nice to come and see everybody honored, and I love what we've done when we include Vine Grove and Rhineyville. It's made it very special. If you would and you'd like to bow your head, I'm going to ask the blessing on the food. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all the effort that is recognized here and what is just what has gone into this. We thank you for those that have worked on it, but I thank you for the athletes, the contributors, people that went before, those that are playing right now, and made a name for North Hardin High School, Vine Grove, Rhineyville. I thank you that tradition of excellence at North Hardin High School is being carried on. We thank you for that. Now, I ask that you bless this food and nourish it to our bodies. I ask that you be with everybody traveling tonight and in the next few days. I thank you for that they're going to be safe. Thank you for their safety. And just ask all of this in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Hopefully the North Hardin High School fight song as performed by our band was familiar to most everyone in the room, and certainly it is our hope that that sound brings back some great memories of athletic competition for the individuals that we are honoring tonight. Whether you're an athlete, a coach, or fans who have spent many hours supporting the Trojan athletes on the road and here at home, we certainly hope that you enjoyed that trip back. Each inductee of tonight's ceremony will be receiving a copy of the program, and we want to say special thanks to Gina Ryan and Hardin County Educational Community Television for being here tonight and providing that to all of our inductees. And I want to remind all inductees that at the conclusion tonight, we ask that you stay for photographs. Tonight, we'd like to recognize some of the Hall of Fame members who are with us tonight. And we'll ask that the members stand as your name is called, and I'll ask that you hold your applause till all have been recognized. From the class of 2017, Rick Skeeters. From the class of 2011, Bo O'Brien. And Jimmy Smith. From the class of 2012, Bruce Atcher, Mike Skeeters. From the 2013 class, Barbara Prophet. From the class of 2014, Ron Bevers. From the class of 2015, Sandy Skeeters. From the 2016 class, Huck Heidner. Huck's here. From the class of 2017, Steve Yates. Did we fail to recognize any member that's here? If you would, join me in welcoming our members of the Hall of Fame. In 2016, we started a new tradition of recognizing our Hall of Fame members who are no longer with us. On the memorial table, you'll see a flower arrangement in honor of those deceased colleagues and friends. And at this time, we want to remember those individuals for what they did in helping build the Trojan tradition. David Briggs, class of 2016. Bernie Head, class of 2011. Brad Jaggers, class of 2013. James Jetter, class of 2007. James Jones, class of 2014. Dwayne Klug, class of 2016. Ricky Morris, class of 2012. Lottie Novak, class of 2013. Joseph Cameron Ponder, class of 2017. Ray Story, class of 2013. Jared Salvia, class of 2015. Barbara Underwood, class of 2011. Raymond Ward, class of 2015. And Stanley Williams, class of 2015. This time, I'm going to ask you that you join me in a moment of silence for these special athletes, coaches, and contributors. Thank you. The Trojan Foundation Award was organized to honor the rich heritage and tradition of successful athletic programs at Rineyville High School and Vine Grove High School. In addition, it will serve as a means of recognizing, preserving, and honoring the athletes, coaches, and individuals who have made significant contributions to the athletic programs. Many individuals have been influential in the Red Devils and the Blue Devils' tradition of excellence, and tonight we are honored to recognize them. The Trojan Foundation Award honors these contributions and accomplishments of these individuals who are so worthy of recognition as examples for others to emulate. Our first is Earl Long, Rineyville High School class of 1942. Earl Long was the son of John and Minnie Long. He was married to Wanda Long for 56 years before he passed away in 2003. They had 8 children, 7 boys and 1 girl. And we're going to ask Wanda to come and accept that. Is Wanda accepting that? We'll ask her to come up and accept on his behalf. Some of their children attended North Hardin High School and played sports. Earl's Christian faith was very important to him, and no matter where he lived, he always attended church. Earl attended Rhineyville School from the 3rd grade until he graduated from Rhineyville High School in 1942. Earl did not play basketball until his junior year at Rhineyville, after his dad had put a goal on the outdoor court, and he realized that he could play the game of basketball. Earl, number 22, was an outstanding member of the 1941 and 42 Rhineyville basketball teams that went to the Kentucky High School State Tournament. In 1941, the team won district and region tournament. It was defeated in the second round of the state tournament, ending a 35-1 season. In 1942, the team was district runner-up and was region champion. He was defeated in the first round of the state tournament, ending a 19-8 season. Earl was named to the all-region teams both years. After graduation, Earl entered the U.S. Marine Corps during World War II. He was one of the first aviation men in the initial phase of the Battle of Okinawa. After his time in the military, Earl owned a large farm for a period of time near Blue Ball Hill in Rhineyville. Earl became a salesman with Kentucky Life Insurance and later went on to become a regional manager with the company. He was an excellent salesman. He believed if he could sell himself to someone, he could sell them anything. He won many trips with his salesmanship, including to the Super Bowl and the Indy 500, to name a couple. He later moved to Louisville and was in car sales. Earl Long, we thank you for your time at Rhineyville High School, and you're deserving of the Trojan Foundation Award. Next is James Moore from Rhineyville High School, class of 1959. James, you want to come on up? James was the son of William and Helen Moore, and he has been married to Nancy for 58 years. He's a member of the St. James Church, and for 14 years was in charge of the St. James Cemetery. James attended Howe Valley School through the 7th grade and Rhineyville High School until he graduated in 1959. James played for Howe Valley Junior Varsity team as a 7th grader. At Rhineyville, he was on the 8th grade team through the 12th grade. His first start on the varsity was as a sophomore, and during his 4 years in high school, Rhineyville had a record of 66-59. One of James's fondest memories are from his junior year. He was named All-District. That came about by helping to defeat a good E-Town Catholic team, scoring 20 points, with 12 of those coming in the final quarter. Also by getting 15 points in the next game against Glendale, coming very close to going to region. One of the plays as a senior that James remembers so well is in sudden death overtime against E-Town. He drove the ball down the floor with his head up, finding a small opening right down the middle, and he drove the lane, laid the ball up on the glass, and won the game. After high school, James continued to play basketball as an adult. He made many memories playing in the industrial leagues, built on the foundation that was created at Rhineyville High School. He has fond memories of really learning how to win. One trophy that means a lot to James is the 1969 Team Sportsmanship Trophy, E-Town Pro League Jim Moore team. He also played for the St. James Church, and they say old man's team. I don't know what that really means, but I'm just reading, okay? For 14 years, starting in 1975. James owned and managed Moore Fence Company for 27 years. He was also very active in real estate development in Hardin County. James Moore, we thank you for your time at Rhineyville High School. You're deserving of the Trojan Foundation Award. From the class of 1950 from Rhineyville High School, Bob Owsley. He loves to talk about the wonderful time playing basketball at Rhineyville High School. Love of basketball for Bob started with his older brother, David. He played for Rhineyville and made history in 1941 and 1942. being the first team from Hardin County to play in the state tournament. Bob got his first jersey to start playing in 1943, which was the 5th grade. Coach Perkins sent him upstairs to select his number. When his mom got the shirt washed and all stitched up from the holes, Bob felt like a king of basketball. He worked on his game in the barn loft, shooting at a peach basket using an oak ball with part of the leather missing. Coach Perkins surprised him with a new goal and net, which he placed on the backboard and put outside. He would practice on the hot days, cold days, it didn't matter. Bob was always practicing. And many friends would come by to play and enjoy the new ball court. Bob's playing time came with limitations until he finally grew taller. He had very strong hands for milking 25 to 30 cows per day. He was placed near the backboard to fight for any rebounds he could get. He would get a rebound and pass out to the shooters. Bob's only claim to shooting was his unusual hook shot, which many called the difficult shot Owsley. He will demonstrate after the ceremony tonight, he says. Bob's history of playing basketball was enjoyable and sometimes time-consuming. His father, Brian Owsley, wanted him to play basketball, but the rule was that Bob couldn't play if he couldn't get up at 4 a.m. and milk the cows. At Rineyville High, Bob was president of the junior and senior class. He was also president of the Future Farmers of America. Bob entered Western Kentucky University, and by taking a basketball physical education class, he was able to meet the legendary coach Ed Diddle. He became a big fan for WKU and attended most of the home games and some on the road. In 1954, Bob was drafted. His duty was an armor instructor at Fort Knox. After release from the Army, Bob entered Bowling Green Business University to obtain a bachelor's degree in business. And following college graduation, he began to work September 2nd, 1958 at the Sicilian Bank. His first job at the bank was filing canceled checks. For the past 61 years, Bob has held many jobs with the Sicilian Bank, including former president and CEO, as well as chairman of the board. Bob has and still serves the community in many roles. To name a few, he's a founding member of the Sicilian Ruritan Club, president of the E-Town Hardin County Chamber of Commerce, Farm City Committee, director, Hardin County Education Foundation, vice president of Hardin County 4-H Board, director of WKU National Alumni Association Board, member of the Gordon for College of Business at WKU Alumni Board, and president of Rineyville High School Alumni Association, as well as Cecilia Baptist Church as a deacon and a Kentucky colonel. He has been married for 65 years to Martha Jean, and they have 2 daughters, Luann and Laura. Bob Owsley, we thank you for your time at Rineyville High School, and you're deserving of the Trojan Foundation Award. From Vine Grove High School, class of 1960, Bob Atcher. Bob was a 4-sport athlete for Vine Grove High School from 1956 through 1960. He participated in track, cross country, basketball, and baseball. Bob ran the 880 for the track team. His freshman year, the cross country team placed second in the region meet in Bowling Green. This qualified the team to run in the state meet that was held in Lexington. Bob was the top runner for Vine Grove his junior year. He consistently finished in the top 5 in their meets with a 3rd place finish in the conference meet. Bob was full-time starter in basketball his junior and senior years. In 61 games, he scored 731 points for a 12-point average. His senior year, he was named to the 23rd District All-Tournament team. And in the summer of 1960, he was named to the 23rd District All-Star team and helped defeat the 22nd District All-Stars in a 2-game series. And perhaps his best sport, Bob was a 4-year starter in baseball. His freshman year, he played second base and pitcher. His last 3 years, he moved to shortstop and continued to pitch in some games. His senior season, the Blue Devils were the district champions and advanced to the regionals in Glasgow. Vine Grove was successful in beating Glasgow and Campbellsville in the first 2 games before falling to Governa by a score of 4-3 in the finals. In the top of the 7th, with runners on base, the teammate hit a long drive to right center field. After a long run, the opposing center fielder caught the ball in the web of his glove with half the ball sticking out. The Blue Devils were a snow cone away from a trip to the state tournament. Bob continued to be active in sports after graduation. He played slow pitch softball for 20 years. He coached youth baseball and softball teams. He also coached in the North Hardin Little League basketball program for several years. Bob was in the National Guard for 6 years and served a tour in 68 and 69 in Vietnam. He worked for Brandenburg Telephone for 43 years. He's been married to Faye for 48 years, and they have 2 children, Tanya and Neil. And Faye was principal here at North Hardin from 97 to 98, and her daughter is following in her footsteps. Bob, we congratulate you and thank you for your time at Vine Grove High School. You're deserving of the Trojan Foundation Award. Class of 1952 of Vine Grove High School, Betty Sue Davis French. Betty Sue was born February 11, 1934 to Lawrence and Nanny Davis of Vine Grove. She married Larry French on Valentine's Day, 1956. She had met Larry 2 years earlier at Western Kentucky University during registration. At that time, Larry was in the United States Air Force serving as a pilot, training which led to a 30-year military career. They are parents of 2 daughters, Suzanne and Laura. She was a cheerleader for all 4 years at Vine Grove High School. The 1952 team won the regional tournament and advanced to the Kentucky State Tournament, the only Vine Grove team to ever advance to the state. The 1952 region champion team did not end that year. They became a closely knit group of team and cheerleader members. At the 1952 awards night for Vine Grove High School, Betty Sue was awarded the Daughters of American Revolution Outstanding Citizenship Award. She was awarded the Outstanding Military Wife of the Year in 1970. In 1994, Betty Sue and Larry returned home to Hardin County. She had been a very active member of the Elizabethtown Women's Club and advanced on to become the State Women's Club Committee Chairperson. She was awarded the Outstanding 4th District Governor for the Women's Clubs in the state of Kentucky. Betty Sue French, we thank you so much for your time at Vine Grove High School, and you are deserving of the Trojan Foundation Award. Momen McCrae from Vine Grove High School, class of 1957. Momen attended Vine Grove for his first 3 years in school. His family moved to Greenville, Kentucky for his 4th and part of his 5th grade years. He played a lot of baseball in Greenville, but no basketball. He started playing basketball in the 7th grade. He made the Vine Grove team as an 8th grader. As a freshman and sophomore, Momen played on the junior varsity and dressed varsity. As a junior, he started varsity and averaged 15 points a game. His senior year, he averaged 18.5 points per game and was a leading rebounder. Twice he scored 30-plus points, once against Louisville Shawnee at the old Rutherford Gym in South Louisville, and the second was against Rineyville at Rineyville. And they're still okay with you, right? He scored 18 the night Vine Grove beat Rineyville in the district tournament. Momen was selected all-district tournament team in both his junior and senior year, and he was selected to play for the 23rd District All-Star team the summer of 1957. Several schools scouted him, but the only offer that he had was from Coach Chet Redmond, and lined him up to try out for basketball for Moorhead State College. He had worked part-time and full-time at Kenneth French TV to save enough money to pay for expenses at Moorhead. He made the freshman team as a 3rd guard. He played the first semester and realized that his basketball skills were lacking to play competitively in the OVC. He stayed at Moorhead and finished his freshman year. While working part-time at International Harvester in 1958, he started to attend Western Kentucky University. And during this time, he played a little baseball in the Dixie League and basketball at Fort Knox. In 1962, he enrolled in the engineering school at UK. He graduated in December of 1964 with a bachelor's in electrical engineering. After a few job offers, he took a position with International Harvester in the management training program. He joined the Army Reserve in 1965, doing his basic training at Fort Knox. In the AIT, he was able to play on the battalion baseball team. He returned to International Harvester for a short period before working for 2 turns for 3 years. He then worked for Carmen Industries for 33 years before retiring as a product manager. During Moman's working years, he played on numerous slow-pitch softball teams and basketball teams in both Kentucky and Indiana. Since his retirement in 2003, he has played on softball teams and continues to play pickup basketball once a week. He's also an avid bird hunter. He's been married to his wife Sharon for 50 years, and they have 2 sons, David and Daniel. Moman McCray, we thank you for your time at Vine Grove High School, and you are deserving of the Trojan Foundation Award. Now, presentation of the Foundation Award from Bo O'Brien.
Displayed in the trophy case.
Now it's time for us to introduce the newest members of the North Hardin High School Athletic Hall of Fame. If your name is called, we ask that you please come to the podium so we can honor you and your achievements. We ask that you remain standing as your career highlights are read. And at the conclusion, we ask that you take a seat on the blue chairs that have been provided. Our first is Destiny Bramlett. Destiny, the class of 2010, was an outstanding student athlete during her 4 years at North Hardin High School. She finished her high school career with 1,432 points and 953 rebounds while helping the Lady Trojans to get to 4 regional tournaments and 2 championship games. As a senior, she averaged 18.5 points per game and 12.5 rebounds. Destiny was named 5th Region Player of the Year in 2010 and was recognized as a second-team All-State by both the Lexington Herald-Leader and the Courier-Journal. She was also selected to the 5th Region All-Tournament team in 2009 and 2010, as well as being a member of the All-Region team and for the regular season those years. Upon graduation, she received a scholarship to play basketball at the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. While attending UTC, her teams won 3 regular season conference championships, 3 tournament championships, and played in the NCAA tournament 3 times. She graduated from UTC in 2015 and accepted a position with Marshall University as Director of Basketball Operations. She held this position for 2 years before becoming an assistant coach at Southern Illinois University. Destiny is a positive role model for all female students that enroll at North Hardin High School. She's a great example of what can be accomplished with talent, indescribable work ethic, and support from family and coaches. She epitomizes what it means to be a Trojan. Congratulations, Destiny, on your induction into the North Hardin Athletic Hall of Fame. Our next inductee is Jason Itutis. And due to a recent death in his family, he was unable to be with us tonight. Accepting on his behalf is Coach Ron Bevers. The 1990 North Hardin High School graduate, Jason Itutis, is one of the all-time leading scorers and rebounders in North Hardin High School basketball history. He's also among the leaders in block shots and field goal percentages here at North Hardin. Upon graduation, his 1,790 total points ranks Jason 4th on the all-time Trojan scoring list. Jason was a 4-year letterman and a 3-year starter for the Trojans. He played in 103 games, averaging 17.3 points per game. This 17.3 points per game average ranks him second among all-time scoring leaders averages here at North Hardin. Jason earned all district honors during his sophomore, junior, and senior season. He was selected to the all-regional team during his junior and senior year. And during his junior year, Jason spent 1 week touring Europe as a member of Eddie Ford's Kentucky All-Stars and played against the Russian national team. Following his senior season, Jason was selected to the All-State basketball team. He was also invited to try out for the Kentucky-Indiana All-Stars. After graduation, Jason was awarded a scholarship to Western Kentucky University to play basketball. Transferring his junior year to Kentucky Wesleyan, he became their leading scorer and rebounding during his junior and senior year. Following graduation from college, Jason joined the United States Air Force and serves as a colonel in the military. He is married to Liz and has 2 children. Jason was an outstanding student athlete and represents his school, family, and country proudly. Congratulations, Jason, on your induction into the North Hardin Athletic Hall of Fame. Next is Andrea Whalen Hill. Andrea was a true definition of a student athlete while attending North Hardin High School. Her excellence did not just reach the softball field, but she also excelled in the classroom, community, and state. Andrea led the Trojan softball team to new heights not seen before her tenure. She was a multiple all-area, all-district, all-region, and all-state nominee. She led the Trojans to multiple state tournaments that included a 3rd-place finish her sophomore year. Her senior year, as a pitcher, she led the state in strikeouts, tallying more than 400 for the year. She culminated her high school career by being named MVP in the Kentucky-Tennessee All-Star Game. Andrea continued on to have a wonderful career at Lindsey Wilson College. She became the career leader in games played, games started, most at-bats, most runs scored, most hits, and most RBIs. She was named All-Mid-South Conference in all 4 years at LWC. She was also All-Academic for 3 of her 4 years in college. Her love for the game showed through every time she stepped between the lines of a softball field. She encouraged and mentored the younger players to be the best that they could be. She commanded the mound and her team each and every game. Andrea has become a great teacher, offering calming attitude, bright smile, and friendly demeanor to all who come in contact with her. Congratulations, Andrea, on your induction into the North Hardin Athletic Hall of Fame. Betty Jo Johnson. Betty Jo is a 1969 graduate of North Hardin High School, where she was affectionately known as Racehorse. She grew up in Vine Grove and could often be seen running through the town in her rolled-up jeans and high-top Chuck Taylors, dribbling a mostly worn-out leather basketball. Local Vine Grove business owner Freddie Mentor dubbed Betty Jo as the Racehorse, and it stuck with her friends and peers. Unfortunately, Betty Jo did not have adequate outlet to showcase her athletic abilities during the 60s in Vine Grove. Because of this, she took her skills to the local courts and fields. Regina Spencer wrote in her nomination letter that the first time she witnessed a girl beat a boy in anything was when Betty Jo played a pickup ball with the guys in the neighborhood. Gary Scott also grew up in Vine Grove, and he said Betty Jo made it clear to us, meaning the boys, that if we didn't let her play, she was going to beat us up, and they knew she could. North Hardin Hall of Fame members Rick Skeeters and Ed Hawkins had vivid memories of playing against Betty Jo in Vine Grove. Betty Jo ran track in high school, and she remembers running in the Mason-Dixon games. Her senior year was a regional champ in the 100 and 220-yard dash. In 1969, Betty Jo was pitching for a local men's baseball team, and she was notified that the Arkansas Lassies, professional women's basketball team, was in E-Town area, and they wanted to talk to her. A Lassies representative located her in Vine Grove and had her try out on the basketball court next to the Vine Grove baseball field. The Lassies liked what they saw in Betty Jo, and she joined the team that day. Betty Jo said the Lassies primarily played against men's teams in exhibition-style games. Betty Jo remembers playing an exhibition game at North Hardin in the 70s against the teachers, and the men beat them that day. However, she did beat longtime North Hardin High School principal Ray Story in a one-on-one game at halftime. That says something because Ray was a great shooter, okay? Betty Jo was somewhat of a legend in Vine Grove during the 60s and 70s. You could ask any male athlete from her era if they remember playing against her, and the answer would be a definite yes. Gary Scott stated, Betty Jo was a trailblazer in women's basketball, but the world wasn't ready for her. Betty Jo Johnson, congratulations on your induction into the North Hardin Athletic Hall of Fame. Kyle Johnston, and accepting for Kyle tonight is his father, Kenneth Johnston. Kyle was a talented athlete while at North Hardin High School, playing on both basketball and baseball teams all 4 years of high school. Since graduating from North Hardin High School in 2000, he has had an extraordinary career in the field of college and professional athletic training. While completing his undergraduate degree from University of Kentucky, Kyle was selected by the Miami Dolphins to serve as a summer intern. A year later, he landed a year-long internship with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Following his time in Tampa Bay, Kyle accepted a graduate assistant's position with the University of Florida football team. During his first season with the Gators, Kyle was promoted to assistant trainer as he continued working on his postgraduate studies. He earned his master's degree in Florida in 2007. After serving 5 years at Florida, Kyle was approached with an opportunity to become the head trainer and director of sports medicine at the University of Louisville. At age 27, he moved into that position and became the youngest head trainer in Division I college athletics. He held that position for 8 years. In 2018, Kyle was asked to interview for the head trainer position for the Miami Dolphins. At age 35, Kyle became one of the youngest head trainers in the National Football League. Throughout his career, Kyle has stayed connected to Hardin County and his North Hardin alma mater. He has counseled and mentored numerous students from the community that were considering athletic training profession. He has conducted many tours, spoken to classrooms, and mentored internships under his direction. He has also provided considerable guidance, assisting Hardin County schools to develop and implement the Impact Concussion Management Program now in place throughout the district. Kyle and his wife Jen live in Weston, Florida, and have 3 daughters. Congratulations, Kyle, on your induction into the North Hardin Athletic Hall of Fame. Kimberly Polk. Kimberly is a 2000 graduate of North Hardin High School. She was an outstanding athlete and student. She was an honor roll student and a member of the National Honor Society. Kim's middle school coach, Michelle Reynolds, has said that Kim was her coach on the floor, and her understanding and ability of the game exceeded her age. According to Aaron Grunke, a 2018 North Hardin High School Hall of Fame inductee and teammate, Kim's basketball knowledge was clear from an early age. She played on the freshman team as a 7th grader and the JV team as an 8th grader and was a 5-year letterman in basketball. Her basketball accomplishments includes 2 times Papa John's Classic All-Tournament team, 3-time 17th District Tournament All-Tournament team, a member of the North Hardin High School 1,000 Point Club, 2-time 5th Regional All-Tournament team, and MVP in the Kentucky Preps Plus Classic. Kimberly branched out into track her junior year, where she continued to excel. She was on the 1999 KTCCA first team, Class 3A triple jump state champion in 1999, and first place in the region in triple jump in her junior and senior season. In March of 2000, during her senior year, Kim joined the Army National Guard. She quickly excelled in her unit, and after the events of 9/11, she was sent to New York. There, she worked closely with the New York Police Department Counterterrorism Force. She was awarded many accolades and honors throughout her 18-year career in the military, but is most proud of her work as an advocate speaker for sexual harassment and assault in the Army. Kimberly Polk, thank you for fostering the Trojan tradition of excellence and for your induction into the North Hardin Athletic Hall of Fame. Charlie Reed. Charlie Reed, class of 1997, is considered to be one of the best and most dominating pitchers to ever take the mound for North Hardin baseball. Coach Ace Adcox, 2018 Hall of Fame member, says Charlie Reed was a staple in one of the greatest runs in recent North Hardin baseball history. In the words of longtime North Hardin baseball coach Greg Gum, Charlie Reed is the greatest competitor I have ever coached. And if anyone deserves to be honored for his play on the field during my tenure, Charlie would be at the top of my list. One of my greatest memories of Charlie is pitching 21 straight innings in his last start in a Trojan uniform to lead us to the state championship game. Baseball is a game where stats are held in the highest regard, and Charlie has very impressive stats. He was part of 3 district championships, 2 regional championships, 1 sectional championship, and the program's only state runner-up. He holds 3 career no-hitters, 248 career strikeouts, and a 1.63 ERA. In his last 21 innings pitched at North Hardin, he gave up no hits. Charlie has received many awards throughout his career. 3-time All-Area Team, 3-time All-District Tournament Team, 2-time All-Region Tournament Team, and Section 2 All-Tournament Team. Charlie continued his baseball career at Wabash Valley College. Ace Adcock, who nominated Charlie, wrote, "As a 2018 inductee of the North Hardin High School Athletic Hall of Fame, and understanding what it means to be a Trojan, Charlie Reed comes with the highest recommendation to be a member of the elite company." Charlie Reed, thank you for your contribution to North Hardin Athletics, and congratulations on your induction into the North Hardin Athletic Hall of Fame. Dante Smith. Dante is a 1998 graduate of North Hardin High School. It is considered one of the most prolific scorers in the school's basketball history. Dante is one of the select few with a retired jersey showcased in the North Hardin Gym. In his senior year against North Bullitt, Dante scored an amazing 55 points, which tied Gary Valentine's single-game scoring record. Jeff DeLacio, sports editor for the News Enterprise, wrote in an article on Dante Smith his senior year, and he said this: "One of the purest scorers to ever play basketball in the 17th district is what drives Smith the most this season, ending his career in the state tournament at Rupp Arena." Dante made that trip to Rupp. Dante was a fierce competitor. He played at North from 1994 through 1998. He scored 1,754 points. In his senior season, he averaged 23.4 points per game, and he wasn't just a scorer. During his senior season, he averaged over 7 rebounds per game, 4 assists per game, and made 92% of his free throws. During the 1997-98 campaign, Dante and fellow teammate Darren Douglas were selected as McDonald's All-Americans. He was also the News Enterprise All-Area Player of the Year, 2-time All-District Tournament Team, 2-time All-Regional Tournament Team, and was twice recognized as All-State. Dante Smith, congratulations on your induction into the North Hardin High School Athletic Hall of Fame. It's a family affair tonight. Quentin Smith. A 2002 graduate, Quentin Smith never lost his desire to get better. Hall of Fame coach Ron Bevers said in a newspaper interview, "He has been an important cog to our success. A lot of times a player that's good will lose their desire to keep working. I felt like Quentin never lost that desire. He was always trying to get better." In another interview, Bevers stated, "While many get lost in the Smith's high-scoring antics, there's more to his game. He's more than just a shooter. He's averaging 4.2 rebounds a contest and leads the team in assists and steals. He is a consummate team player, and he hustles on both ends of the court." However, we can't forget that Quentin could put the ball in the basket. From the time he was a freshman, he was outstanding, and everyone knew that sweet jump shot of his. Quentin finished his career with 1,908 points. That is second on the all-time Trojan scoring list. His scoring average for the 4 seasons is 15.1 points per game. Quentin had a remarkable consecutive 127 game streak, second only to Hall of Fame member Robbie Valentine, who had 128 consecutive games played. During his career at North, Quentin was all-district tournament team, all-region tournament team, all-state tournament team, and all-state 2 times. Quentin, along with his older brother, Dante, wore number 23, and that jersey has since been retired. During Quentin's and Dante's time at North Hardin, from 1994 to 2002, North won 193 games, an average of 24 games per year, 7 district championships, 5 regional championships, and 2 state Final Four appearances. Thank you, Helen Smith, for sending your sons to North Hardin High School. Quentin went on to continue his basketball career at Morehead State University. Quentin Smith, thank you for the many highlights you gave North Hardin fans, and congratulations on your induction to the North Hardin Athletic Hall of Fame. Coach James Webb. Coach James Webb began his coaching career at North Hardin High School in 91-92 as an assistant football and track coach. He became the boys' track head coach in 1998. In his very first year as head coach, he led North Hardin High School to a state runner-up finish. During his 18-year tenure, Coach Webb led North Hardin High School to 12 regional titles, 2 state runner-up finishes, and 4 state titles. In 2014, Coach Webb was named the Kentucky High School's Boys Track and Field Coach of the Year. In 2015, Coach Webb was inducted into the HCEC-TV Hall of Fame. Later that same year, Coach Webb was named as a finalist in the National High School Coach of the Year Award by the United States Track and Field Coaches Association. The overall total list of accomplishments by North Hardin High School student athletes under his direction as assistant and head coaches includes this: 7 state team titles, 13 state runner-ups, 42 individual regional titles, and 45 individual state champions. James Webb has established a tradition of success within the boys' track and field programs at North Hardin High School. He has helped prepare many athletes for their next competitions on the field, but more importantly, the next steps along their paths to adulthood. To quote a former member of the track team, quote, "Coach Webb never gave up on me. I'm really thankful for him. I do not think I would have achieved as much without his guidance. He invested in my future by getting colleges to take a look at me. He's like the dad I never had." Congratulations, Coach Webb, on your induction into the North Hardin Athletic Hall of Fame. At this time, Bo O'Brien, chairperson of the Hall of Fame Committee, will come and present the plaque. This plaque will be displayed along with the plaques of the previous classes here. How about a nice big round of applause for our inductions? We hope that you all have enjoyed this special evening and will take some time to visit with those that we have honored tonight. We also hope that you'll start thinking about those athletes, coaches, and contributors or alumni that deserve to be honored in 2020. We need your help in this process. You can nominate, and the forms are available on the North Hardin High School website. And if you have any questions, you can see Rick Skeeters or Bo O'Brien. Also, I'll let you know that this program is self-funded each year. And if you are interested in helping us continue this tradition, you can see Bo or Rick as well.